And hello, everyone. It is Salty tonight. It is Sunday, August 2nd, and still Saturday, August 1st.
Till Saturday.
Yep, 9:04 p.m. in the West, 12:05 p.m. in the East. Episode 24. I'm Adam. This is Terry. How are you tonight, Terry?
I'm really good. I'm really
Yeah?
good. I've been binge watching Shameless,
Oh, yeah,
actually.
okay.
I never watched it when it was on. I hate to say that.
You
I never got
didn't?
into it. No.
Okay.
And so I decided this week I was going to binge it and it's pretty funny. Yeah.
Now, I've watched I don't know if I've watched the entire season, and I didn't watch it when it was on live. But I've watched it, since then, and it is a pretty good show, and they've
Yeah.
kept up the momentum for many, many seasons.
Yeah, you would think they would run out of like schemes and drama, but it's holding up. So
And what's
pleasantly
funny about
surprised.
that is William H. Macy, before Shameless, was not known for playing that kind of a role at all.
Really? Because see, that's all I
Yes.
know him for because that's the first time I heard of him.
No, I was known him from many,
Wow.
many others that was nothing like his
What kind of
character.
stuff did he do?
He was in a movie called Fargo. It's a really good,
Was he in Fargo?
yes. He's the one that hires the criminals that sets the whole scheme in motion. He was in this movie called
I've never
Mystery
actually
Men.
watched all of Fargo.
Fargo's really a really good movie.
I know,
But
I've
yeah,
got a long list of movies I've never watched
yeah.
that I, like, act like I have, if they're brought up in conversation.
But you know of them, but you've never seen them. I know
Yes.
what you mean. So you have a great show lined up for us. Tell us what's in store tonight.
Well, we have a great show. It's a team
Yes.
effort. Also, we want to plug, we have a website now because we're doing it the real deal, and it is just saltytonight.com. You can see that at the
SaltyTonight.com.
board at the bottom of the banner.
It is. I've told a couple of people.
Saltytonight.com.
I've told several people about it. Terry put that together. What, a couple of days back?
Yeah, it took a minute. It took a
Yeah,
while. Yeah.
and it is a very cool little website. So go check that out, please.
I will say, as much as I hate AI, that was very beneficial in not having to know coding. Like you give it a prompt like link this to that, and it will do it without you having to put the code in. And things like that, I 100% support AI doing because that's the shit
Yes.
I don't want to do.
And the thing
I don't
is,
want to do it.
Terry, you know how to code. You've made websites in
Yeah,
the past.
it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Total
Yes.
pain in the ass. So yeah, let's see what we got going on. Well, we've got some animal news because we always do. So apparently, this is a sad little story here. Oh, shit. I'm never organized enough. Actually, we're gonna do the flock camera because I know
Okay.
where that is. So, apparently, this is a Florida man, of course. He decided to use a pool skimmer to basically fuck with those flock cameras. It's long enough that he could hold it up, and he basically held it in front of the camera. Because there's an ongoing feud with the flock cameras.
Now, what is this flock camera? I just keep hearing about this. I don't even know what this is.
They're surveillance cameras, essentially, and they're trying to sell them as like a safety thing, like, oh, be able to watch everybody. But most people are not cool with being watched 24/7.
So basically,
They're
it's
using it
just
to catch
to.
speeders and to catch, people that are, you know, child abductions and stuff like that. And yeah, that's not what it is. I mean, I'm sure it could be used for that, but I don't think that's its main purpose.
Probably not. Probably not at all.
Probably not. No, not with their government.
So
But
this
so
is
he's being
about.
held as an internet folk hero, um, because as one would do in Florida, they have found a low tech, cheap way to wage a war against technology. um, so basically, he took a chair and a 12-foot pool skimmer and a sign. Where's what the sign said? down with block cameras. And he taped that, I'm assuming with duct tape probably, the end of his pool skimmer, and he set up the lawn chair underneath it. And so he just spent the day, his Saturday, holding that sign in front of the camera. So it totally blocked the view, and that was his contribution
That
to
was
the
a
war
protest.
against, yeah. Look, I support him. I do not support the cameras, but I do support his effort.
Well, he was also, you have to think, he's sitting outside. He's 77 years old. Florida
Yeah,
is hot.
yeah.
So and look at him, there's no shade around him, right? What,
Nope.
they got an umbrella, I guess? But, he is in this for the long haul, and he doesn't even look to have a very comfortable chair.
No, no, it's just like your basic, like,
Fold
portable
out chair, I think,
lounge
isn't it?
chair. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
like a
not that
camping.
good of a chair.
No. But, I mean, he feels passionate about what he's doing, and that's the main thing, and he is trying to help his community. So that
Now,
is
is there
always a
anything
good
like
thing.
that you would want to get out hold a sign up in front of a camera with an umbrella for?
You talking about cameras or just anything that I'm passionate about to that extent?
Anything you're passionate
I
about to that
would. There's
extent?
some things, definitely animal stuff. I'm big on that. There was,
Would you stand out in the heat for that though?
I don't know if this is legal, but there was a guy that, like, within the last week that was released. He had been arrested and charged with animal abuse, torture, basically. His girlfriend had turned him in because he showed her videos of him microwaving a kitten.
Who would do such a thing?
Exactly.
A sick
Okay, and so
individual.
they let him do time served, and then he was at his home in, I wanna say Pennsylvania, maybe New York. Where was it? I'm sure if you look, because this was just this week that he was sent back home, and so he's gonna be allowed to stay there. And so, of course, Reddit was not happy with this, as it shouldn't be. And so I did a little investigating, spent a couple of hours at least scrolling through the neighborhoods. They had a picture of the house. They did not have the house number, but they had the neighborhood. So I made it onto a Reddit forum, I guess, and was sharing his address, or what I thought was his address, with some people on there. So that's what I spent yesterday doing, actually.
You
Was
were?
tracking down this dude. Yeah, I was like, "I got time to kill. I can scan through
Now
the
how did it
street
get to
view on
where
this
now
neighborhood to
no
find this house," because they had the house, the picture of it on the
how did it
news.
get to this? How did they narrow it down?
Well, they his girlfriend turned him in. He showed her videos of him killing these cats, and there was a record of him, like, adopting these cats, and so he was charged. He was sentenced to, like, 1,000 days or something. I'm
Now,
sure if you
do we
look it
have
up, if you just look up, man released after microwaving kitten, I'm pretty sure there's only a few of those stories that are gonna come up. Um, and so, yeah, I was like, "Well, I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna at least spend the time to scroll through Street View." And then found the house that matched that. Of course, I do not, my Reddit profile is not me, that, so I'm hoping I can't be tracked down for that, but you know what? I don't care. If they're gonna release this dude, then he should have his whereabouts known.
well, he is
But
I'm
it may
looking
be illegal to release private information like that. I don't know. But it's on Street View I found it through Google.
well, it was a 22-year-old man was arrested for microwaving and murdering the pets, killing at least 6 kittens, and replaced them in lookalikes so his mother wouldn't get suspicious. And it shows the picture of the kid, and he's a 22-year-old kid. And how do you think that he's going to be able to go along in life for at
I
least the
hope he's
next
not.
several years? He's
I hope
not.
he's not. He'll get what he gets. The internet's ruthless. They do not play with this shit.
No, they don't. And his
And I'm
I
quite
can't.
sure that, there's plenty of other people trying to track him down as well, because I just happened to stumble upon the story.
So yeah, that's one thing that I can see
So
very
yes,
much to
that
be.
I would be passionate about. I would stand
Yeah,
outside and hold a stick for
I
the
would too.
animals.
I would too. Now, is there any animal that, obviously we don't want any kind of cruelty to any animal whatsoever, but is there any animal where you're like, I'll sit this one out?
No,
None?
I have a spider. I wish Robin was here. She would tell you about it, because sometimes I can tell she looks up and judges me. I have spiders in the corner, and I'm like, you know what? As long as they stay up there, they can stay. They're serving their purpose. They seem to be eating well right up there.
Yeah.
There's I mean, a fairly large house spider, and
How
she's just doing her
large?
thing. I don't know. I'll take a picture and send you later.
Don't send me the picture. No, I don't want a spider picture.
But no, I've got a few, and they just do what they do. They don't bother me. They don't come down here. And if they do, I try to catch them and release them outside.
Right, right.
So
I'm
I
listening.
even
I'll be
feel
right
bad
back.
killing a spider, because they have as much right to be here as I do.
Yeah, yeah.
They
I
do.
guess
I
I
mean,
guess
it's
they
not,
do.
and they're not bothering me.
I just don't personally like the looks of them. I'm not too fond of all the eyeballs, all the legs. If they get on me,
What is it? Is it that they're poisonous, or do you think it's just society and pop culture that's made you afraid of them?
I think it's when I look at them and then I just get an icky feeling, and then I'm like, "Ugh."
Yeah, but something has to cause that feeling.
I think just looking at them does.
You think just looking at them?
Bugs in general, like certain bugs, like I don't know what kind of a bug, maybe a centipede. But one time, many years ago, there was some kind of
Oh,
nasty
yes.
looking bug. It came out of the like the drain in the
Yeah, this was
shower.
this was pretty gross. Oh, I thought you were talking about the house centipede that climbed on the walls.
Ooh, those are gross too. But
Yeah,
when I've seen those have I've got so grossed out that they've made me throw up.
a house centipede.
Any centipede almost.
Is it the legs?
Yes.
No.
It's just so gross and like ugh. I've had
Is it though? Or is it really?
yes, I stayed in. One time I had an apartment, and when it rained, somehow these little centipedes would come out on the carpet, and you could barely see them, but they would crunch when you stepped on them, and they grossed me out so much that I started having panic attacks about these.
Jesus.
Yes, I cannot. It's like involuntary craziness.
Damn. Well, I did not realize that
Yeah,
it was to that point.
it's to that point. It's ridiculous.
Well, speaking of cute animals, that might be a little crazy. Here's the otter story. So apparently,
Oh,
I know, right? Exactly. You think they're cute, but apparently, like other, what is an otter? Is it a marsupial? Does it have a
and
pouch? How does it carry its babies?
I think it might, but I'm not 100% sure about that.
Well, apparently, river otters are pulling brown pelicans underwater and drowning them. This is
What?
according exactly, according to the researchers with the River Otter Ecology Project.
That's a long name, River Otter
I
Ecology
know
Project.
it was hard to say. I had to read it before I read it. Um,
ROEP.
yeah. Otters may look playful, and this is the warning for everybody, but they can be violent. Even so, this behavior is different, new, and not like anything we've seen before.
Oh,
Yeah, the attacks may be an extension of the otter's usual hunting habits. Um, they are opportunistic predators, and their diet shifts with the seasons and whatever prey is available. And larger pelicans can grow to be 5 feet long with a wingspan of 7.5 feet. And they aren't doing anything. They're just letting the otters take them out.
I didn't know that the pelicans
Well, they
grew
found
that
at
big.
least 73 pelican carcasses. this past season. That's a lot of pelicans.
That's a lot of carcasses.
That is. So I wonder, like, what their deal is. If one of them is just like, hey, you know, these pelicans taste pretty good. Like, how do you go from not killing pelicans to killing pelicans?
Now, the only thing I can think of is the otter, the river otter, uses the cuteness to get close to the pelican.
Probably.
And because, I mean, if I was a pelican and I'm out and I don't know anything, especially if I'm a new pelican, like a baby pelican, Pelly,
Yeah.
you could call him a Pelly. And I saw this cute little otter, I might want to be like, look at this cute little thing that I don't know what it is, but it looks adorable. It looks cute, maybe mischievous a little bit. That
Yeah, they do
picture
look.
there,
I mean, look at it, chewing on the stick.
yeah, like it looks harmless, but maybe a little mischievous. And then it's pulling young Pelly under the water.
Drowning it.
Yes. I would never expect that from this little river otter, ever.
No, I wouldn't either. I don't
It's a
think anybody would,
murderer.
and clearly the pelicans don't either, or they'd stay away.
So, that's what happens to Pelly, the pelican.
Well, I mean, there's also this whole thing with Trump
Oh, yeah, I was reading about some.
and the fat squirrels because he is. All right. So here's the whole thing with this. Okay. It has the Trump administration has redirected at least 30% of national park fees to projects that include the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool, which was a fucking disaster.
It was a flop.
Yeah. And so he's redirecting these funds for that kind of stuff away from the national parks. And some of those funds were used to construct like the large vanity projects. You know, like he's putting his name on everything. God knows how much that whole like 4th of July, 250-year celebration cost. And that thing was a flop. Yes,
That
exactly.
charade.
It was a debacle, a charade. But so the turnover rate is really bad with the parks. It's hard to keep people because they're overworked and they're having to do like janitorial work instead of what they're specialized for. And it says staff shortages also mean people are feeding the animals and leaving behind food for the wildlife to snack. And this makes the bears rowdy. So I'd really like to see what the bears are doing. And maybe that's what that buffalo or bison, whichever one it was, maybe that's what his problem was.
Could be.
He was trying to get a cookie.
I wonder if they're like picking up.
But the
people
squirrels
and
are getting
shaking
fat.
them.
That's what it comes down to. The squirrels are getting fat. And somebody saw a squirrel with a baguette run by.
I saw a squirrel there with a bag of McDonald's fries running by.
Did you?
Yes, it was like a bag, that brown bag. It had the big M on the side of it, McDonald's, and it was eating some McFries. It had a McFry in its mouth.
Well,
And it was
I mean,
it was a
that's
chubby
okay.
little thing. It was chubby.
Well, that's what happens when you eat McDonald's.
Yeah.
I hate to be the one to tell you, but it is. So, do you have any
I would love to see the
any weird
squirrel
news?
running by with a baguette. To be honest
I would
with
too.
you.
I would really like a picture of it. We're really getting into rodents and like pests, or at least what we consider to be pests.
Yeah.
Like squirrels. And there was a really, really cute possum that somebody had, and it had little babies in its pouch. And they were showing it. That was this past week. And then, of course, Jimothy.
Jimothy's a treasure.
Jimothy. He really is. I have a pretty funny video. It's obviously a joke, I hope. Although, with today's news, who knows? It wouldn't surprise me if these people actually believe this, but I do want you to watch this.
Okay.
All right. This is just like a TikTok thing.
Jimothy is a
What am I
bioweapon
looking at?
created by the United States government in order to accelerate the raccoon takeover, and they use Jimothy because he's cute. He's not cute. He's dangerous. Imagine 1,000 Jimothys, all armed with rabies, bouncing around like fleas, ready to attack at any moment's notice. with all, with guns and missiles on them. Look at a flea and look at Jimothy.
Yep.
They look almost exactly the same.
Maybe they don't even need to use rabies. They're already turning them. They're getting Jimothy tattoos. They're feeding the raccoons. They don't even maybe need to fight a war with us if they can just take us over in a psychological operation.
Yes, if you win the war in someone's mind, then you have defeated them. You do not have to fight them when you have defeated them mentally.
So now Jimothy's being used as propaganda to
The
fight the war.
bioweapon. Look, crazier things have happened.
Oh,
To be
Jimothy.
fair. No, when I saw that, I was like, you are going to love this.
I loved it. Now, I was talking about, I have been traveling around and looking at places for sale. Oh, there's some
Yeah.
Jimothy tattoos.
Yeah, I'm just going to show these real quick.
Okay.
This one was really cute. I thought out of the ones that I'd seen, I like this one a lot. That would be kind of my style there if I was to get one.
Would you get a Jimothy tattoo?
Totally.
I think
If
so.
I knew
I
any, if
think
there
you
were any
would.
tattoo artists here right now, I would have already gotten one. I would have got one last week. I do like this fast as fuck. Boy.
Boy.
Okay, so what were you talking about, Jimothy?
Well, I was talking about
I know
where
you
I've
were
been
talking about moving. Yeah, you're looking
I've
for
been
a place to
traveling
move.
around looking for places, and I stumbled upon something online, and it was a place called Hell. But Hell is no longer for sale.
Mm-mm.
So Adam and Evelyn Eberline bought it for, wouldn't you know, just shy of $666,000. They pledged to keep Hell the hot ticket it's always been, at least in the near future. Now, Hell, if you haven't figured it out, is an unincorporated town covering about 7 acres in southeast Michigan. It's got its name from a business like the Crematorial Ice Cream Parlor and Wedding Chapel, whose slogan is "A marriage that starts in hell has nowhere to go but up." I mean, I guess it's true. So the couple said that told the Livingston Daily that she and her husband want to keep it in the family and just invest some love into it and make it better. Now, were there any actual photos of what Hell looked like?
I mean, it looks like this one right here just kind of is a sign, but I guarantee that there's probably
A patch of grass.
pictures online. Yeah.
Well, it was adopted in 1841, and no one knows exactly how Hell got its name.
Really?
Yep. So the most common and colorful account in local lore involves early settler George Reeves, who operated a mill, distillery, and tavern. And as the story goes, he paid farmers for grain with whiskey, prompting their wives to say their husbands had gone to hell again. So, again, yes.
Revisited. I mean, I
So-
would go there if I happened to just be strolling through Michigan, and I wanted a photo op. I would stop by that sign and take a picture.
Yeah.
Stop in at the crematorium, the ice crematorium.
I mean, wouldn't you want something? I hope they do put something there. I mean, they've got 7 acres, so that's decent. I mean, you could put something there, like some kind of landmark.
Or just
But
a
that's
gas station.
Yeah. I mean, $666 for 7 acres of land. That seems like a lot to me.
Really?
Is it not?
No.
It's
For
not.
7 acres? I mean, I don't know. You're looking at Michigan, but probably not.
You don't think
I
so?
mean, you're not going to find a place out here for under 100.
For how many acres? 1?
No, no. For 1
Half?
acre, please. Well, I mean, I guess if it was just land that wasn't already, inspected and like residential,
Yeah.
maybe. But no, if you got a house on it that has power and water, that's pretty standard. It's going to be
Okay.
difficult. now
Interesting.
anyway, but the prices rose after the artist and whatnot came in.
So yeah, so Hell now has an owner, but who owned it? Before that, was it just the? I mean, who owns things like that?
I don't know. Doesn't it say? I guess not.
I didn't say
Doesn't
right
say who they
off.
bought it from. Was it?
No, no. I saw earlier when I saw a little article about that, but
We can find out information at go to hellmi.com. GOTO. I'll put it up.
but I really never. I mean, I don't know if I've ever really been to Michigan. Have you?
No, not one single time.
Because you have traveled around quite a bit, so we've never been to Michigan
Mm.
or Hell.
Yeah, I
So
haven't
what do you
done a
want to
lot of the Midwest.
what do you want to get into next on here tonight?
Well,
On
I thought,
Salty Tonight.
it's been an ongoing issue with a lot of celebrities who are kind of disappointments, and specifically a couple recently. The whole thing with Ellen DeGeneres. I don't know what you know about that. She is not very well liked at the moment, rightfully so. I feel like it's very fair. Um, and when you really read about it, it's hard to defend anything that she's done.
Well, I
She's been
think
fucking
Ellen, when she came out, I remember when she
Well,
came
she
out.
claims herself as the queen of kindness, and she's like the fucking opposite of the queen
Well,
of kindness.
she was a stand-up comic, and then she had her show. And when Ellen came out, and I'm talking about like not came out as in came out as gay, but just came out stand-up wise. She always was like kind of a clean comedian. She didn't really
Mm,
cuss. I don't know if she would have been family friendly, but she would have been very PG comic.
yeah.
And her show was very much like that to begin with.
What was daytime talk show? So
Well, I mean, she had her show Ellen, and then she came out on the show, which was very controversial. But part of the reason being is because after she came out on the show, that's what the show became. They made everything about that particular issue instead of just making a show with a character that happened to be gay, which is what I feel they should have made. They turned every single thing toward the issue, which alienated people, correct?
it
Make the
did,
show,
sadly, yeah.
just make the show with because just because you're a gay character doesn't mean you're not going to experience every single thing you experience. There's not going to be an issue with. There's not going to be a problem with. There's not going to be something, and that's something her sitcom did.
Is that why they say it failed?
It
Mm.
failed after that, but they wrote it differently. It
I
wasn't
mean,
the
there does need to
same.
be representation. I will say that. I
They
will
do,
argue that point. They
yes,
do need representation, and she
but
was that
but
representation for a lot of people.
but it seemed like after she came out, it seemed like every episode, it wasn't like, oh, Ellen's talking to her friends at the supermarket. It was like, well, Ellen's talking to it would it didn't have the same spark to it. It was like the writing got lazy. Let's just lean on everything being about, gay stuff instead of writing a clever show. Let's have Ellen be clever. She's a clever
Well, and this
comedian.
is aside. I don't, regardless of somebody's straight, gay, non-binary, whatever, she's not fucking funny. I don't care, I mean, she's just not. To me, I don't find her funny
I didn't
in the
find her
least.
funny either.
I have watched her stand up. I have given it a chance. For me, it is personally not funny. And I have I don't know. I don't want to say I have a high standard for, what I find funny, but she didn't hit it for me at all. I always got a just weird kind of. She was doing it for the show, not for the fans. She was doing
Right.
it for the fame. not the fans.
Well, she did. She got the talk show Ellen, and then she got a lot of. She won a lot of people's hearts when she was in, when she was the voice in Finding Nemo. Who was she? Dory.
Was she?
Yeah. So
I did not know
she's
that.
the voice, and I think she was in the last Finding Nemo movie too. But a lot of this news has come out over the last. Well, it really started, I guess, what back during the COVID times, right? Didn't that when all
Yeah.
this started erupting?
It did seem to be around that time, yeah.
She had made a post saying how miserable it was to be stuck inside. The irony being where she lived was, over like, 10,000 square feet, when some people were living in 900 square feet during
Some people were
COVID.
living in their cars.
Yes. So the hypocrisy got chatter started online. And then that led to the Queen of Kindness faces dark rebranding because of allegations of toxic workplace, her toxicity as in with fans, co-workers, and everything that. And it kind of just
And these are based on multiple accounts and claims
spiraled out of control. Yeah.
that she has treated more, this is not just one random claim that she was not nice to somebody. It was apparently well known that she was basically to be if you went on her show, you weren't supposed to make eye contact with her.
Yes.
And that's insane to me.
I
Absolutely
would be like,
insane.
I will make
I
eye
wouldn't go. I would
contact.
be like, fuck that. I'm not going. I mean, I know you're contracted through your whatever company you work for. You have to go do whatever for the movies. But still, I would not go on her show. And I have watched some of her shows, and it annoys me that she plays these practical jokes on people. And I know they're aware of it, but I see it from this. Okay, I love Sarah Paulson. I don't know if you watch any of her stuff.
I've
She's
watched
done a
a
lot of the
few.
American Horror Story. She did Ratchet. She did that Run movie. She's done quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah, you've mentioned Run before, yeah.
Apparently, she's terrified of clowns. And so she's been on Ellen's show a few times. And when she goes on there, like Ellen will try to scare her with clowns, and it's coming. But it annoys me for some fucking reason. I'm like, I would punch her in the goddamn face. Sorry, I told my dad I wasn't gonna say goddamn. I would punch her in the face if somebody like it just rubs me the wrong way. It's harassment.
Well, she likes to
And like
use
she gets
someone.
off on harassment.
Yes.
And that bothers me.
And that's not the first time she's done that. She's done it to people over and over again.
Yes. And I'm sure
Um,
they're friends, and I'm sure the guests are well aware that it's going to happen. There's no way that she would do it. I hope not.
But
Without warning.
there was even a former writer who had to sign a non-disclosure agreement calling Ellen the worst person I've ever met. She had some bizarre rules, some invasive rules, allegedly banning male staff from directly interacting with her wife. How weird is that?
I mean, I guess it depends on the staff. If they had a pattern of harassment or making her wife is Portia de Rossi, is that her?
Yeah. Yep.
I know her mostly from Arrested Development because she's really, really funny on it. I don't know if
Yes,
you've watched
she
that.
is.
She is really funny. And it actually shocks me that that's who she's married to. Now, knowing what we know about Ellen, I'm like, well, she could do a little better. Probably.
Yeah.
She probably could because she's really funny, but she could be, who knows? It's not about her. It doesn't matter. So
Well,
if there was
it's
a pattern in the past of the staff making her uncomfortable, then I can understand it. But if it was just flat out, basically just being biased and saying, well, if you're a dude, don't come over here, that's a little weird if there's no reason behind that.
Well, there was also, I saw the Bachelorette star Ali, I can't pronounce her last name, described her appearance on the show as humiliating, saying DeGeneres made her feel pretty not great in front of a live audience. And other guests have said that too. Staff were required to sign NDAs after the 2020 scandal and warned against speaking publicly. Those who did found themselves quietly blacklisted from other Warner Brothers productions. So
See,
yeah, they
that
were even
that annoys me when they take personal vendettas like that aren't justified.
exactly.
Just to use their power to push somebody else out. Like that is it's beyond petty.
Well, to push someone else out, but also to be like, well, you're speaking up for the truth about this toxic work environment. We're going to make sure that you can't get a job anywhere else in the industry now. You're out.
Yeah.
And that's not right at all.
No, it's an abuse of power. But I mean that's Hollywood in itself.
I
Everything in it.
would take the job to work at Ellen's show just to look her in the eye. I would look at her in the eye every time I passed her. And if I'm fired the first day, I'm fired the first
You
day.
probably would be fired the first day though.
I
You
would
have
do
to be ready for
this.
that. Oh, you would
Oh,
record her?
they're
Oh, you
dead,
would
but I
definitely
would
get fired the
record.
first day.
I would record her and be like, "Look here, looky
Well,
here."
and the meta glasses, that's a whole thing too.
Yes,
People we can talk about that another time.
yeah, but yeah, there's been a lot of guests that Dakota Fanning, I think, like Ellen claimed that she wasn't invited to her birthday, and Dakota was like, "Yeah, we invited you. We invited you." Ellen kept on lying. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. And Ellen was big friends with P. Diddy, if you think about that. She always had really good things to say about, and I'm not saying just because you're friends with P. Diddy, I guess it doesn't necessarily mean you knew exactly what happened,
Oh, come
but
on.
you
Come
knew he
on.
threw these kind of parties. You knew he's doing questionable activity. And you go back and you watch, Ellen is super sweet, super nice every time P. Diddy is on the show. Every time.
It says a lot. I mean, you really do have to judge people by their friends, especially if they're real friends, not just like work associates or,
Yeah.
working on a show. That doesn't mean they hang out. But if they're friends, there's no way that she didn't have at least some idea of what the fuck was going on.
I agree with you.
There's just not. And if she did, then that's incompetence.
I
Then
mean,
you
how
shouldn't have that
long?
much power on,
Now, how long do you think this stuff with Ellen was going on?
apparently
Like,
years.
do you think when Ellen first started her talk show that there were these rules? Don't look me in the eye. Do this, do that, or do you think it built
Oh,
up
probably
over
not.
years?
That probably built up. I don't imagine that she came in with all these demands saying, "Don't look me in the eye, don't speak to me." No.
What's the
There's no way
psychology?
because she was nobody. She was a stand-up comedian. Like, she wasn't super famous.
No.
She was in, like, a little niche group, but
Yeah.
it wasn't no, she
Like,
wasn't as big as she is now.
did you ever watch Ellen's sitcom?
No, I never watched the sitcom.
I mean, I'd watched an episode or two, and it was, I gave it a chance. It was what it was. It wasn't for me. It was, and it didn't
I mean, if
last.
people don't relate to it, if there's not enough people that relate to it, they're not gonna watch it.
No, you're right. You're there.
And
You're right.
so and that sucks. I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's completely fair that these minorities don't have as much representation as they should. You know? But it's gonna come down to the ratings. At the end of the day, if people aren't watching, it's not gonna get picked up.
Which means it really comes down to the almighty dollar, which is what ratings are run by.
Well, and maybe she realized that, and that's why she went back to her talk show. I mean, she was the number one talk show for how long?
Now, did you ever watch a complete episode of the talk show?
Like from start to finish? No, I
Yeah.
pretty much just watch it for the interviews.
Yeah.
Like if I see somebody on there, like I don't watch the Tonight Show, which the whole Jimmy Fallon thing he needs to go. I don't like
Yeah.
that dude.
All
I've
right, so
never
let's.
liked him. I know that you have never liked him. I didn't think he was funny on SNL. I'm coming off like I have some great, like,
Vendetta.
if you're not funny, go fuck yourself.
Wait,
But I kind of do feel that way.
now is Jimmy Fallon up there, or do I need to pull up the article?
No, I'll put him up.
Okay.
Put him up.
So Jimmy Fallon,
everybody knows who Jimmy Fallon is. They should by now, anyway.
Now he started off doing stand-up comedy. He was on SNL for several years. Tried his hand at movies, and the movies all flopped. So therefore, he first got what Conan O'Brien's spot.
No, he got Jay Leno's.
I thought he got somebody before. I thought he was on later, and then he got moved up to Jay Leno's time.
Maybe. I don't know. I like David Letterman. So if it didn't involve David Letterman, I didn't really watch it.
Letterman was much better. He was much better then. Probably just much better now as well. And Jimmy Fallon has been one. He always messed up little Saturday Night Live sketches by laughing. I just never thought he was all that great, but I think his talk show is downright terrible.
Yes.
And it's gotten worse. It was never good.
He sucks up to everybody.
He sucks up to
every single guest that he has on. He acts like they're his favorite, which I get it. It is a night, like late night talk show. That's the atmosphere that he has to provide for them, whatever. But he just lets anybody on. I mean, like the dude, the guy, the MMA dude that was
Conor
convicted
McGregor.
rapist, fucking convicted rapist. And he lets this dude come on and then acts like they're buddies. Like, that's despicable. That's despicable.
And that was only what, like 2 weeks ago? Not that long ago.
Yeah, it was not that long ago. And that was it for me. I mean, I didn't like him before. I didn't think he was funny, but I didn't have like some
vendetta against him.
Wasn't waging a war against him. Now after that, that's not
waging a war.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Come at us, Jimmy. Come at us.
I mean, is there going to be? How long would Jimmy Fallon do? I mean, how long has he been doing this? Since 2010?
About that, it does seem like he's been doing it a while.
I
But
mean,
he has funny bits, like lip sync karaoke, or what is it called? Lip sync battles. Those are pretty funny, I will say. And he knows a lot of funny people, and that's what I can't figure out. It's like, what does he have that these genuinely talented comedians continue to hold up a relationship with him? Because I don't see it. I don't see anything funny about him. I've seen sketches that he has written. They're not funny. He relies on everybody else. He just kind of piggybacks off of their talent. He did that on SNL. He himself is not funny.
No, and he has somehow turned this into a 25-year career.
Yeah.
And he obviously is a multi-millionaire, so he's doing something right, but we just don't see what it is.
Well, I mean, he's probably like a lot of people. He's made a deal with the devil in some sense, whatever it is. There's no way that he's going based on his talent. There's
no,
because he doesn't have any.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah, totally that part I cannot figure out.
So, but I've also heard that Jimmy Fallon, he's just not really that nice behind the scenes.
So he's a suck up, number one. That's what bothers me.
He's a suck up to whoever's on there. He's a kind of two-faced. He treats his staff poorly. He also, I've heard, has the no look in the eye kind of thing going on.
What the fuck is that about?
I don't get the psychology behind that. We'll have to do a deep dive about that one day.
I mean, there's got to be a reason why these two
don't want people.
And I mean, obviously, if they're doing it, they're not the only ones. I'm sure there's plenty out there.
I've heard other people say it about other celebrities as well, but I can't think of any right off that.
Well, Tom Cruise is one that thinks he's way up there.
And I've also heard Mariah Carey has said that.
I've heard it about Beyonce too.
Beyonce, yeah, she seems like a "Hey, don't look at me in the eye" kind of thing.
Yeah.
So what else? What do we have up next?
Well, I thought we could talk about Obitchy Mitchy here. Because I check every day. First thing I do when I get up is I look at any messages that I have that I've missed. And then I go, is Mitch McConnell still alive? Because I want to know. I'm curious. Like, did it finally happen? Did they finally come forward and admit the truth? Sadly, nope. Today, they're still claiming he's here. I don't believe it.
He's
I don't
like
believe
the
this
weekend.
dude. I mean, look at these photos. Like, just
Is that his
somebody.
wife?
Yeah, yeah. That's his wife. And there was a series of responses or comments, and one of them was like, "I love that he's holding up a newspaper like he's a hostage, like he's got to say this is today." This was a few weeks ago, though. I want to
Okay.
say this was a couple of weeks ago. This is the most recent one. Of course, people tear these apart on whether they're AI or they're staged or like what's going on. And somebody had said, no woman would wear a black bra under that shirt. That was their argument. I'm like, well, that's actually true because you can clearly see it. So I thought that was amusing. But I mean, look at him. He still looks like that fucking turtle. He really does.
I mean, what state does he represent? Kentucky?
Kentucky. Yeah, your great state of Kentucky.
Oh, poor Mitch. I thought.
Poor
I think
Mitch. Poor
I think
Mitch.
he's.
Go
I
back
think
and look
he's.
at the things he's voted for and against.
Well, no,
Fuck
but I
Mitch.
mean, he should be out of there. Like he should have been out of there a decade
I
ago.
think he looks out of it. He looks
I
out
think
of his
he's been
fucking
dead for a
mind.
decade. He's been dead for a decade. He's had to have been.
What were you telling me that they like willed him in? There was.
Yeah, like one time, did you ever see the video where he's just like staring, like he had some kind of an episode, and he's just like staring.
And that wasn't Biden, because Biden looked a little out there too.
No,
And
Mitch
I'm not
doesn't.
only saying this that just because he's a Republican.
No, Mitch.
I think they need to get all these old men out of
out.
politics.
There should be an age limit. An age limit.
Especially for the Supreme Court.
Yes.
There should
any
be a
of 'em.
term limit. I cannot believe that, like, once you sneak your way in there, that's it. It's for life. What? That is insane. This
And
man
how much
is
how much
making.
you're getting paid for that as well? You know.
I mean, this is the man making the decisions about our health care. Not mine or yours. We don't live in Kentucky, but whatever. He's in charge of taking, like, it blows my mind.
I
It
mean,
really
he
does
shouldn't
how
be.
this is
He's not even in
possible.
charge of his own household. He shouldn't be in
He's-
charge of anything.
Trump can't help but fucking shit himself. And they think he's capable of making any kind of decisions for the rest of America.
I know.
Really. He can't control his own bowels. And they think that he can control anything. I don't get it. I don't know what the reasoning behind it is to think that these people should be in control.
Well, not only just that, but if this isn't AI, what are they doing? A photo shoot in the hospital?
I guess. I
Like,
mean,
what are they even doing?
well, this was the one that was released, and they keep calling for, he needs to. They had him sign some kind of document. And he did it with like an auto pen thing.
Yeah.
And so of course they were comparing signatures and stuff like that. And this is what this person said. Said, I spoke to my old friend, very old friend, Mitch McConnell this morning, the senior citizen is what he should be, senior senator from Kentucky. He's still recovering in the hospital, the morgue, probably. We talked for just shy of 20 minutes about Iran, Ukraine, the unfolding situation in Maine. my visit to the TR Presidential Library, and even a little bit of Senate history. I told him we want to see him back at work as soon as possible. Really? I would love to see video of that. I would love to see physical proof. I think until he comes forward himself and can stand up at a podium and say, I'm conscious, I don't think he should be making any laws, any decision.
I think the first thing he should do, he should have to get up in front of everyone and state the alphabet.
Yeah, that's what I said. If he can't give his social security number, then he shouldn't be doing shit.
No, he shouldn't.
I don't
agree
know.
with
And
you.
I don't like the way he looks. I don't know that's being biased, but I don't like his neck.
I love how it says the
I know that's
whereabouts of
superficial.
84-year-old Mitch McConnell have been the hottest thing online lately.
That's bullshit. The hottest thing online is Jimothy.
Yeah, Jimothy, and then you've got
Jimothy is that probably pissed him off.
he took the spotlight away.
Yeah. Look at that neck. Think about how much money these people have, and that's what blows my mind about Elon. Have you actually looked at him? Like, looked at what he looks like? Elon Musk.
Yes.
Now, are you going to be the richest person in the world and you're going to go outside looking like that? I would be ashamed. Absolutely ashamed to step outside looking like he does. And maybe he just doesn't give any fucks because he has so much money. I don't know. But he looks like, oh my God, he's so ugly. Hold on. I gotta put a picture of him up just so we can make fun of him. He really, and I mean, all of them. And maybe that's what it comes down to. They have so much money, they don't care.
I mean, I guess so, because I mean, if you have that money, according to some people, you have most things, you know.
I don't know. I'm not buying it.
No, I've not been really buying anything like that either. But Mitch, just looking at
Well,
him,
and the moon. Now we're waiting on one of Elon's. I don't know what it was. If it wasn't a satellite.
or
Anyway, it's
rocket.
gonna hit the moon. It's gonna hit the moon. I swear to God, if they fuck up the moon, I'm gonna be pretty upset about that one.
I mean, I think when I was looking at the moon, I saw a rocket hit it earlier, I thought.
No, you didn't. But really, this is the shit. Like they're just okay with it, and there's so much stuff you can't keep up.
There's too much.
From day to day, you cannot keep up with this shit. My
Mm-mm.
camera may go black for a minute.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm getting this picture of Elon. So
Yeah, Mitchie there, he should have been out 10 years ago minimum.
yes, minimum. He should have been probably more than that. But no, look at this. This dude. This is at some kind of. He's speaking at something. I'm assuming for the space, and he went on stage looking like that. It blows my mind. If I had that much money, I would look as good as I could every day. And he's just like, no, this is fine. This is fine. He looks like he has a fucking Q-tip behind his ear.
What?
That thing on the side of his face, his microphone,
Yeah,
where he's speaking, looks like a dirty Q-tip.
it does actually.
But really, we're like poor compared to what he has, and somehow still look better.
That is true.
I would buy somebody's face and put it on before I just start looking like that. He has the money.
That's
Just
true.
buy a new face, a
He
whole
could
new
create
face.
something in where they could make a synthetic face.
He could make a robot that at least didn't have bags under its eyes.
It's human enough.
He's not, though. He
No.
is not human enough.
No.
It's so disgusting.
Well, we have really put down a lot of people tonight, haven't we?
Yeah, this should go well. We've already been called out for putting down, of all people, Pee Wee Herman. Well,
Yes.
it was like as if we were showing support for Pee Wee. There was a comment on one of the videos that basically said because we were laughing, I guess, at Pee Wee getting caught jerking off in a porn theater.
Yeah.
I love how
And
what do
we
they expect to happen when you go into it? I'm not saying that it's right, and from what I know, he did not like aim it at anybody, did he?
no, no.
Okay, so he was just jacking off in a porn theater
In the early 90s.
in the early 90s. I don't think these people are understanding the concept of what that was. If you went
Mm.
to that, you kind of knew what was going on.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
That was kind of the understanding of I'm not going to bother you, you don't bother me. We're just going in here and we're going to do our thing and that's it.
Yep. And
So
I
that
mean,
blows my mind.
it was really only found out because he was who he was, to be honest.
Yeah.
If it was like, Billy Johnson, nobody would have said
Billy-
anything about
It was
it
Billy
at all.
Denham. No, but it
Billy
would
Denham.
would
That
have been
name might
weirder
have
if he
provoked
didn't.
something. But it is 1
Yeah.
a.m. on the east and 10 p.m. on the west. So we're going to be on again, what, tomorrow night?
Yeah, we have some big news for tomorrow.
Big news tomorrow night.
Well,
So
kind of big news.
yeah,
You have some big news.
I do have some big news, and it'll be fun. It'll be very interesting. So thank you all for tuning in. Go to
Thank you,
Salty
one
Tonight.
person.
Yeah, saltytonight.com. And that has all the links and everything. And it's a really cool site. It looks really cool. So you did it. You did a good job.
I'm going to work on it. I'll be putting it up immediately after this, putting the next show up.
All right. Well, good night, everyone. Good night, Terry.
Good night.